Okay, ready to roll. First day of spring 2024. Please begin. Supine. Plant your feet. Lie back. A moment for stillness. Noticing. Let your back rest. (360-degree) breathing. Gently connect with the sound. Rest as you are for another moment. Do you need to resettle your spine or back in any way? Perhaps just drawing the low back towards the ground by tipping your low pelvis upward. So low back towards the floor and gently lift as you tilt your tail down towards the ground. So lift your tailbone away from the floor, low back down. Maybe your hands flip over if they're not, just for a little stability as you do that low back spinal movement. Low back into the ground one more time and away, remembering to cause no harm. And release to center. Bring your feet into a comfortable spot, maybe pick up and resettle things. Cactus arms, backs of the hands resting towards the floor. If some of this is hovering, that's okay. Just try to relax downward as you open your chest and front shoulders. Trying to relax the halves of the body away from each other equally. Inhale. Exhale. Like that. The exhales traveling low, they awaken a little bit the subtle core muscles. Let your eyes rest, sense light and vibration. Let yourself come into a state of awareness. One more deep breath. So there's that 360, this squeezing out all the way into the center, draws up on the low belly and the pelvic floor gently. And relax. Bring your hands into loose fists by your shoulders, right above your shoulders, and then press up slowly and down. Press up and down a few times, a little bit of a push and pull. Just moving shoulders and shoulder blades, push and pull. I'm keeping my fists soft here, just using that shape to help me remember what I'm up to in that position. Then stretch your arms out, palms up. Breathe deeply as you feel the line across your hands to your heart center, maybe stretching your hands and moving your wrists here if it feels like something good in your body. Are your toes wanting to move a little bit also? Just notice that connective tissue connection happening sometimes. One more breath in, stretch your arms, spread your fingers. And breath out. Bringing the arms on either side of you, elbows on the floor. Lift the elbows, lift the arms. Bring your right arm towards the floor, your overhead, the left one the other way. So some alternating shoulders up and down, and we're going to get ready to add some lower body stuff to this. So one more each way with that. Just explore that alternating movement. Pause with the arms. Lift your feet one at a time with the low belly toned. So we're using core strength to get the feet off the ground. Nice. Arms up again. So adding a toe tap opposite side. Sometimes we do this with the legs more straight, but not with the toe tap. So arm goes down, opposite foot, maybe tap, and the other side. Just go back and forth. Take your time. Not super slow, but slowly enough that you can just find that movement and concentrate so you don't get all confused like I already am. Opposite is good for the brain. Okay, a couple more. 4 limbs, 4 ways. Anyway, okay, bring in your knees when you feel complete with that. Breathing in. Some gentle rocking in your low back space if it's nice here, a little up and down. Gently stretching that area. And around your hips, backs of the hips a bit. Bring in your knees. And down to bridge, go slowly. Do the legs go at the same time? Or maybe one set of toes goes down first. Breathe out, refine your shape, foundation. Breathe in, press your feet and come up. So getting to know that bridge foundation, work your way into it so you can find your lift. Move your head if you need to, away from your feet. So you have room for a nice press up with your pelvis, chest moving towards your chin, face towards the sky, grounding. 1, 2, try to press evenly into your feet. One of our themes for equinox, even. Use both legs. 1 more breath, lift. Come down with slowness. This is strengthening. This is moving through the spinal bones and joints. Gradually come down. Twice more. So set the foundation, follow inhale, rise up, using the tone in the lower triangle. The bond is engaged. This time think a little bit of outward movement with the legs without moving them, like you're pressing into a strap or band with your thighs. 2, like you're stretching the space between your feet a little bit away from each other. Activating some different muscles. 1 more breath. Don't cause any cramping though. Come on down. That would be harmful. So learn to back away from doing too much. And 1 more time. Coming up. This time, imagine squeezing a block or a ball between your thighs. Don't move your legs, but just imagine there's something you can squeeze into for 2, 3, maybe close your eyes, whatever helps you concentrate on those actions in the legs. 4, engage in the inner leg muscles. Press your feet evenly. Neutralize it for a moment. Lift up a little bit higher. And come down with that strength in place that you have just created. Release your spine. Right knee in. Left knee in. Use your core. Come into your favorite shape here to stretch out from what we just did. Come into that back stretching, seat stretching, 2 knees stuff. Maybe a little happy baby time. Bring one of your feet to the floor, please, and concentrate on the other leg and maybe stretching it up a little bit to get into your hamstrings and back leg. How's your yoga breathing? Doing the lying down warm up today. Taking the time with your body to generate peace. Bring that 1 knee into the chest, stretching around your knee, your thigh a little bit. You're in charge. 1 more time. We started here from happy baby, so bring it on up with the other leg. lower. The other side, stretch out the leg that you've kept. Involve your foot with a little flexing back with the toes and keep it really sweet. 5 breaths to relax into that back leg stretch. So we can concentrate on finding that right amount of sensation is one of our meditations for practice. So it's one way that we're studying the mind. Just the right amount here in the body combined with breath. One more time, feel your way into that shape. And then stretching more the front of the leg as you bend in your knee. Stop at any point with this. Squeeze is your own definition. Bring it in with a little hug so there's some stretch across the thigh and the knee and the shin, and maybe point your toes. 2, 3. Chance to be alive. 5. And release that leg. Coming up to the side or rocking. No harming on that transition. Please fold into your seat with a tall spine. Inhale, reach up. Spread your fingers. Exhale to the right, come into side bend. So bring your right hand down. Reach straight up to start, lengthen. Slowly bring it over more to the side as you like. Add an up gaze towards the cosmos. 1, 2, 3. There's balance in the breathing, equality, sameness, called samasvriti, even waves of breath. Inhale slowly, because this is using your lower back and it's strengthening it as you come up with that slowness. And then the other side, side bend. Feel your way in. There's no other way. I can't feel that place for you, so you must find a place where you have a lengthening up and then take it over a little bit more if it feels all right. Upward face. Can you soften your shoulders down a bit? Are your hands relaxed, your face, your jaw? Any tension you don't need? Exhale, belly. Inhale, rise from that centered place. Arms up, inhale. This time to the left side, twist your belly, turn your belly. So you're not twisting so much as the turning of the spine. Opposite leg, hand behind tall. Continue the rotation of your neck and eyes gently. Not irritating. One more time. Your body, take an exhale, maybe settle into that space that you've created. One more breath out. Inhale up. The breaths are slow, and to the other side, exhale, use your torso strength, come down. Stay tall, settle your arms to support your pose. Combining that grounded energy with the rising energy. One more deep breath. And you come back with awareness of using your center, even without the arms up. Heart lift pose, bring your hands back, release your legs, point your toes. This is a variation of Eastern stretch, referring to the east of the earth, the Eastern world, the front of the body. side that greets the sun. Some of the old roots of yoga. And release and relax the Western body, the back of the body, where the sun goes down. Forward fold. So I just did a sitting bones reset, a little rock to try to free the flesh of the seat for this forward fold. Keep your knees as soft as they need to be. Be generous. Okay, soften forward, head down, toes back gently. 1. We'll go for 8 breaths. Let yourself gradually soften into your own forward fold. And I'm just going to let mine slowly evolve, coming slightly deeper over time. Or maybe finding a little softness without even moving. One more time, move through an inhale when it's time. Rise slightly with that breath. Exhale, relax your feet, and come down once more. And release. Come across your feet or around with your legs if you need to protect a knee. And back to quadruped with the hands maybe a little ahead of your wrists. Find your own hands and knees pose. Cushioning knees if needed, finding tone across the low belly. Starfish fingers. 5-pointed stars of the hands. 1, press down to activate your chest and back. 2, breathe calmly and steadily. 1 more time. Bear pose, tuck your toes. Lift your knees slightly or a little more. 2, 3, the same calmness. 4, use your whole body. 5, ease your knees down and stretch back with your hips into puppy. It might have been nice to do this one before bear. To stretch in the soles of the feet and the heels around the knees and hips. Elbows and armpits up, head down. Breathe deeply. Grounding your brain. 1 more exhale. A little pulling energy to rise up. Pull your hands back under your shoulders. Release your toes. Extend cow spine gently. Push your hands to bring your mid back into a curl. Breathing out. Twice more spinal movements. They don't need to be big. Keep them comfortable. Trying to find range of motion. Moving gently through any stiffness and release. Bird dog pose, right leg reaching back. Point your toes. Try to keep your pelvis level. Maybe add your opposite arm. You could also be down to the forearms if you needed to. So I just looked up and saw myself really throwing myself into a back bend, which is my tendency in my body. Try not to go beyond straight. No need to go high in this one. 1 more time. Sometimes we go somewhere where it's a little easier for our bodies. Come on down. Other side, readiness with the hand and knee on the ground. Lift. Just do some part of the pose. Breathe. Pause as needed. It's okay if everything doesn't work for your body. One more time. Practice compassion and take a little pause when you need it. Rise up to your knees. Standing up first time, but now just standing from the knees. A few deep cycles of breath. Bring your hands to your back pocket zone. Front shoulders stretch a bit. Chest as you settle your arms behind you. Close your eyes, feel the tops of your toes and feet, learning to press into the ground. Inhale, lengthen your spine straight up towards the ceiling. Exhale, maybe bring your pelvis slightly forward and go back a little bit, or just stay upright. 2. Exhale down to the low belly. 3. A little energetic. 4. Yes, that is our nervous system responding to this shape. Coming back up. Slowly drop, fold into a child's pose. So we come into the other side of nervous system activity, calm. Tuck your chin. One more time. Cow spine or upward facing dog. So big reach out with the arms, spreading hands. Rise from the knees. Guide your pelvis forward or stay in table and do the cow extension. Through the knees is a nice variation, and you can always use that, or just sometimes tuck and lift into downward facing dog. Generous bend of the knees as you prep your hands. Arms strong and straight, shoulders wrapped towards the heart. Bring your head down. Lengthen your spine up towards the wall behind you. And then let your heels reach towards the floor. Keep bending the knees as you need. 1, 2, there's a strong uplift in the fire center of the belly. 1 more deep breath. Can you soften anything on that last exhale? Bend your knees to look between your hands, but keep your hips high. Step forward, hips high. Once you're forward as you can go, settle your heels down. So you come into a little bit of a squat as you release your arms and stand. Equal legs reach, equal arms gaze. Inhale. Exhale. Rotate your shoulders and bring your arms down. Inhale, reach with the backs of your hands towards each other, spreading your feet. Just be curious here. They don't have to come together, but maybe they touch and come down. Now the pinky side. Go slowly. Feel your shoulders do a different rotation. Maybe not very high with this one. And come down. How about thumbs lead the way? Where's that range of motion? And one more side, the palms. So we turn out with the arms and then come up and have the biggest range of motion. Up, maybe together. Exhale, float them down. Let your elbows then land into the middle of your belly with your hands. Grounding. Sun gratitude. From the top section of your mat, Surya Namaskara C, the classical style with the lunges. Cross your thumbs, fingers wide. Inhale. Just the arms, then the ribs, then the pelvis forward, go back gently. Exhale. Standing back bend. Inhale, upright. Exhale, slowly fold towards your legs. Right leg goes back, just breathing freely to a knee down lunge. Anjaneyasana variations. Let's start with the knees stacked. Subtle upper body. Exploring the arms going forward, exploring the knee going forward. Brings the pelvis, brings us into spinal extension. Grounded hands to start. Feel all the chains of connection all the way to the floor. Arms up. Keep them grounded on the knee if you need them. Gaze down, 1, 2, listen to your body, balance. Looking for samas inside of this asymmetrical practice. Looking for the equal. Release and come down. Bring your leg back. Knees, chest, and chin. Let's explore a little dip down towards the floor. Come to high cobra, so from the knees, upward dog, cobra hybrid, downward dog or puppy for a breath. Anjaneyasana, second side. Make your way into that, other leg forward. Low lunge. Less explaining on this side, more practicing. Start over the ankle, guide it forward to your own degree. Hip flexors, quadricep stretch. Shoulders nice and relaxed. Maybe 3 breaths with the arms coming up. Sun gratitude the whole time. It's coming back in earnest now. And release. Come to forward fold. And breathe out. Inhale, stand, cross your thumbs, rise and reach. Exhale, standing back bend. Doesn't have to be far. Inhale, reach. And exhale, release. A moment with your meditation. Earth, sun, breath. Go the other way. Inhale, arms up. Maybe cross your thumbs the opposite way. Exhale, gently back. Core strength, inhale up. Exhale, release into forward fold slowly. Left foot going back. Breathe freely as you come to Anjaneyasana. Starting with the other leg back first. Make sure you have space for your sacrum. That can be a nice hold for this pose, is to hold the low back space with the hands. Have another breath. Wherever you want to do your arms is fine. Explore a little bit. Strong push into that front leg. Strengthens, feel strength all the way up the hip. Release your leg back. You can use your hands or explore that balance. Spread hands, dip down with your strong chest into a dip. Extension. Downward facing dog. Left leg forward, right knee down. Anjani's pose, second side. Build it from the ground up. Sacrum hold if you did it on the other side with me. Use your feet. Be precise with your placement of your pelvis. No force, no strain. Use the root of that big toe. Can you lift up your little toes while you press the root of that big toe in the front leg? Bring them down and release. Standing forward fold is next. Breathe out once you're there. Finishing up with the upward reach. Inhale. Exhale back. Inhale up. Come down, breathing out. Surya Namaskara B. Bend your knees. Sweep up your arms. Inhale. Exhale, fold towards your legs. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, go back to plank pose of your choice. Inhale, knees down or not, up dog or cow. Exhale, downward facing dog. Keep your hips high, bring your right leg forward, angle your back heel, rise up, warrior A. Take the time you need to set the foundation and come up into the shape. Let's start with unshakable courage for the season ahead of us. Getting into this airy part of our energy system, the heart and throat. Patient and kind, speak your truth. Inhale, release, and sweep up your arms. Exhale, see you in downward facing dog. So you can do the planks, dips, up dogs or cows, or just go back. And if you did all the shapes, just touch that down dog for one breath before moving on to the warrior on the other side. And the whole point of that is not to force you. Traditional upward arms on this side, but to teach you to breathe slowly and to move with the breath. Slowly breathe one more time, extending. Exhale, forward and down. Keep your hips high to make room for that leg to go back. And come to downward facing dog pose. 1. Now holding it. Bending your knees slowly, one at a time to stretch the heels. Take a few breaths with each side on that. Back to center. Breathe out, long spine. Halfway lifting pose. So maybe you're halfway up to the front, start breathing in slowly and finish it up as you lift in. Forward fold, breathing out. Move slowly with your breath, tuck your chin, complete. Bend your knees, rise and reach, inhale energy. Nice. And exhale, come back to the center. Even feet. Lotus gesture, Padma Mudra, with the pinkies and thumbs connected, fingers open, symbolizing the lotus flower. Practicing a few heel raises, doesn't have to be high. 1. Try to do it evenly. 2. A steady spot for your eyes. 3. 4. 5. Find a sustainable lift. So think light with the lift. Try to distribute that work in your feet and legs, or bring your heels down if you need to. You can still lift your arms and your ribs and your heart up towards the sun, toes in the mud. Breathe again. Concentrate and come down slowly, gradually, and seal your hands to your body to feel complete. Stepping back with your right leg to warrior B. So the turn to the side, accommodate the knee bend, spacing out your legs. Reaching arms evenly, turn your head. Balance effort with ease. Reverse. Just for a moment, lean back, and then come into extended side angle to the leg or the floor. What do you like to do here as you reach up along your ear? Creating that nice long line from your back foot to your reaching fingers. One more time. Exhale goes down into the belly center. Move from there. Coming out. Turn to the wide parallel stance. Breathing in, tall spine. Breathing out. Coming down. Forward fold. Activating the roots of the big toes into the ground. Have a look at them. That's our earth energy connecting point in the meridian system. And then the arches of your feet, loving awareness. They connect up the inner legs to the pelvic floor, the subtle core. Head down. Enjoy your breathing. Just trying to create a connection from the feet to the torso. One more breath. Come up part way, place your right hand under your face. It could be on a block or your knees can be bent. That's all fine. Mid-back rotation. So your low back is going to stay just like it is as you turn your torso and come out. Bring that arm parallel to the floor. If it feels awesome to you to reach it up higher, you could go somewhere in this range towards the ceiling. Don't force your spine. Keep it unified. One more breath to inhale and explore that mid-back rotation and slow release. Take your time coming into the other side, halfway, pause. Mid-back rotation, active legs. Where does it feel right on this side? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release, coming back to center. Inhale, stand up, strong legs all the way to the ground. Back to the top of your mat. Take your time. Mountain to warrior B. So a bit of a different step back. Big step back to start, then let the back foot turn out. Find your measurements for today where you have yourself facing to this side now with the knee centering. Bring out your arms. Turn your head. Bring it all together for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One breath into reverse, leaning back, reaching up. Inhale. Exhale, extended side angle pose, Utthita Bharja. Konasana. Reach it out. Use the bent leg version or come down. Deep breath, strong pose. Exhale. Come up. Take the time you need. Turning to the other side for goddess wide plie, not overdoing the turn out. More important to track your joints towards your middle toes as you come down. So look down and please change your angle or your depth if needed so your knees don't collapse inwardly. That's the thing we want to avoid here. So if that's happening, do less, try a smaller stance. Your hands can come to the inner thighs for a moment just to feel those adduction muscles that can be tight. Letting them have a little stretch here. Strengthens the hips. Take the time for one more cycle of breath. Maybe find where that space is, where it feels just right to settle in at the end. And a little challenged, a little stronger. So as you come out, you got some feelings of strength and release. Stepping out. Please cross your right foot in front of your left. Lean forward at your pelvis. So tilt out from your hip joints. Maybe your knees bend, exploring the forward fold crossover to stretch the outer line of the leg and hip. Also balance, good for the brain. Come in with your body. Where is that appropriate for you today? 2, 3, calm energy. 4, 5, slowly rise. Uncross. Other side. One step at a time, finding the balance, finding the feet. Hinge forward. Experience with awareness this side as you come down. Where does this work on this side of your body to stretch the outside of your left leg? Among other things. Put a little focus on that particular zone. Can you soften anything? Noticing and breathing one more exhale. Take your time coming up. Feel your way out in a release. I took my leg from behind on that side. Just it felt right. Circle from the hips a few times both ways just to come out of that. Both ways. Flow. Settle. Interlace, press. Exhale, fold. Let your knees bend and your chest rest on your thighs and your palms face up as your head comes down. One more time. Coming to Malasana, so maybe you need to sit down in a different way or coming down through a squat with awareness. Really listen to your joints. So Malasana can have your seat off the ground For me, it means heels up and feet kind of wide. What's happening? So maybe your seat wants to go to the floor and explore variations of garland, holding the knees or reaching through. Breathe, concentrate, just the right amount. Move it into Baddha Konasana, so coming upright with your spine, bringing your feet together. So sit down if you are still balancing in squat. Breathe in, sit tall. Breathe out, come forward. Extending forward, so this feeling of a straight spine tilting at the pelvis and lengthening out and then down. Settle. Exhale. Inhale, coming up. Keeping your right leg. Coming to pinwheel pose. Bringing the surface of the inner back leg to the floor. So I'm going to shift over so I have both of my knees on the mat. So it's a little asymmetrical, yes. Knees can be more closed with the feet closer to the body or explore opening. So take a moment with your pinwheel, radiating spokes coming out of the pelvis. And for today, we'll do a little bit of a lean back in this one. So rest your backhand comfortably behind you somewhere. Reach up and a little bit back. Breathe deeply again. And release. Coming to the other side. So we started in Baddha, coming to the outer left and the inner right. Radiating spokes on this side. Get your knees on your mat as needed. Feet closer or more open. Face forward on your mat, breathe in. And breathe out, lean back, reach up. It doesn't need to be big. Listen to your joints. One more. Exhale, stay. Release. Sit comfortably. Tuck yourself into a foundational seat. Taking the gesture of non-separateness. Universe and individual is the thumbs and index fingers. Gesture of wisdom and non-separateness. Breathe in, sit tall. Breathe out, tuck your chin. Let your hands rest on your legs so that your shoulders are relaxed in your body where they go. Breathe 5. 4. Slow breathing. Gently stretch it out. The inhale rises up to your throat with your chin tucked. The exhale travels down towards the root of the body and finishes in the belly center. One more time. So there's a sense of activating the pranic center with that breath and containerizing the vital energy inside. Release. Come back. Maybe put your socks on if you like. Back. Tuck your legs into an outer hip stretch like a figure 4. Slow down your breathing, let it be free. Coming to the other side. Release. Relax. Let go of all efforts from your body. Rest with awareness. Let go, let go, let go. Beginning to notice your inhales. Stay resting, just welcoming their fresh energy. And then balancing them with the letting go energy of exhale. Inhale like a seed emerging from the ground into a little plant. Just let yourself unfurl and stretch. To make a mindful transition to sitting, make sure you are paying attention, that you go both ways, mixing things up from time to time, if possible, but to explore and enjoy the journey. How does it feel along the way? Weave your fingers, breathing in. Om. The Om, another symbol of our connection with the universe. Thanks for joining me for practice. Welcome spring. Stay grounded. Enjoy the fresh foods as they emerge from the earth. That wisdom from Ayurveda makes sense. Thanks for coming this morning.